So this is just me and my shitty opinion yet again. So I just made an honest effort to react to the recent Biden unity speech, where he then proceeds to demonize a good portion of the United States based off politics, where he says we're a country by the rule of law, liberty, and justice for all, as there are political prisoners being held in this very moment because of January 6th. These people have been denied a fair trial by a jury of their peers. They have been denied hygienic stuff in prison, razors, shit like that. They have been denied basic human rights. They have been denied visits to see their families, to be seen by their families in prison. And again, we're supposed to take this 26-minute long spiel of bullshit and we're supposed to feel unity? When the last 4 years, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I certainly remember a whole lot of people on the left side of things questioning the election results. And the mainstream media, remember, we heard nothing about Putin and Russian collusion for about the last 4 years. But now all of a sudden that their guys in power and in charge, oh, all of a sudden democracy is infallible. And democracy has no problems. There's no moral gray zone here. It's just the voice and will of the people. If you question that, you are an extremist. He mentioned this in the speech, that if you went against him on this one thing, you were a white supremacist and an extremist. You know, every totalitarian regime since the fucking beginning of the age of time has always said this, whether it's Stalin's NKVD, Marxism, or if you like, Nazism and fascism in Spain and Germany. Every totalitarian fucking regime has pointed at, a group of people or their political adversaries, how you disagree with me, you're against the state and an enemy. And of course he quotes some rhino piece of shit that said, oh, these MAGA Republicans are a clear and present danger to our democracy. Meanwhile, we have a president in office that doesn't have his faculties in check. And even during the speech, the funniest shit ever was there's a point where you can hear a guy on a bullhorn saying, fuck Joe Biden. And another thing I found hilarious, there's like 10 people. There's 10 people in the audience. Maybe Hunter Biden and maybe some of the other diaper snipers, of the political elite were there. There was like 10 people. You would hear it. But with that 10 clapping 10 people, they would have this studio audience clap MP3 that they would play alongside it. So you have the 10 people, and then all of a sudden it'd be like. So it's like they're using this shitty MP3 to make it seem like there's hundreds or thousands of people there in Philadelphia. But in reality, there's like Biden's Gestapo goons and about 10 elitist ghouls and goblins that are going. Right. And another thing I found disturbing about speech, he kept mentioning the battle between light and darkness, and, oh, MAGA Republicans, we're going to take us back to the darkness, and we'll step backwards. But yet, there's that famous quote in the Bible, I'm pretty sure. If not, I'll eat crow for it, but it says, Satan deceived as an angel of light. And here we have a president that's basically 26 minutes of horseshit, bullshit, lies, defamation, and he would defame MAGA Republicans or whatever the hell he wants to call them. He would say all this like rhetorical shit, but not put up receipts. Like he said, "Oh, the poll workers were threatened." Okay, give us a story then, asshole. Give us a story. Oh, Billy Joe Biden. Look, I'll come up with a poll worker story. Are you ready? This is no improvisation. So, I knew this guy, Billy Halterman, who worked at the polls, and he said he saw conservatives with AR-15s and Molotovs saying, "Oh, we're gonna get you, bitch! We're gonna get you, bitch!" Swear on my life, it's a true story. They said they were gonna get his ass. They firebombed his car. His shitty Toyota Prius burst into flames, and he sat there and watched and cried as he was forced to count these votes for these bigots. See, was it that hard? Like, if you're gonna lie, If you're gonna bullshit big, go, like, swing for the fences. There was times where I was watching, I was like, okay, where's the receipts? Where's the facts? Where's the information? Where's the witness testimonies? But then again, you have to remember that this is Biden. He's reading off a teleprompter, and actually, he actually didn't look too bad, this speech, because they were probably giving him the good shit via IV drip, if you know my drift. So, by all means, not the worst speech I've seen. By all means, like, on the surface, it's good, but it doesn't pass the smell test when we have people being held as political prisoners. And although I hate terrorists, although I hate radical extremist, Islamics, they still have the right to due process in this country. They still have the right to by jury of their peers. They've been represented. They've had their chance in court. But these people involved in January 6th who are in prison right now, not getting representation, no one cares. Trump, and this is where I'm going to draw heat, ladies and gentlemen. Trump, that happened on January 6th. He had till January 24th to pardon these people. Did he? No, because he's a self-serving asshole. So 2024 is going to be very interesting. And to kind of wrap this up, I just found it rich and funny as fuck when Biden is sitting there questioning, oh, it's bad to question the results of the democracy and how sacred it is and how infallible and perfect it is. When, again, I don't know if you guys have experienced a different 4 years when we've been hearing screeching about insurrection. There was even Maxine Waters was saying, oh, you see them at a gasoline station, push back on them. And he even mentioned, like, oh, we're a country of rule of law, we don't go against the cops. But yet, we've all heard Antifa, BLM say, oh, pigs in a blanket fry them like bacon, or all cops are bastards, that shit. Oh, but now that their guy's in charge, everyone's just supposed to respect all cops and be like, yes, sir, Mr. President, I love the United States. Right? But no, it's just wild how a sitting official that represents the American people, a guy who appears to be living in just a fantasy version of the United States. He also mentioned how our economy is better and faster. I'm looking around, I'm looking at people at work pay for gas with fucking pennies, quarters, nickels, coming with Tupperware bowls. Swear to God, Tupperware bowls of change to pay for gas to get around. And he's up there saying America's in the best economy and that the jacked up gas prices, inflation, the falling housing market, and everything else is, that's just a booming economy, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know about this. I mean, I must be an ignorant person or a retard, because apparently we're just in the biggest booming economy ever, according to him. And the disconnect is unreal. The disconnect between Biden's America and what we're all experiencing as middle class. This is not a slight against anyone. This is like the middle class, right, left, independent, libertarian. We're all getting rear-ended and bad. We're bent over the barrel. The inflation for all the bills he mentioned, the infrastructure shit, the green energy shit. He's mentioning all these bills, and it's like, we're going to be paying for all this, asshole. This isn't a good thing. We're going to be paying more in taxes and inflation. Oh, but you'll be able to drive over those shitty potholes, which I made a point in that video too, that is like, when politicians talk about inflation and increased taxes and propositions for infrastructure, and I'll even hold true to this, I'm willing to bet that more than 50% or 80% of the funds intended to go towards the building of infrastructure gets funneled off to labor unions, private, what do they call that? Special interests, and nothing but like 5% gets to the intended fixing of roads, bridges, and shit like that. And it's a scam. I've seen it in California for the last 20 years. The propositions is, we're going to fix infrastructure, but yet there still be dirt roads, and there still be potholes, shitty roads, or no roads and lack thereof. And every year in California, without fail, there'd be another shitty prop that would increase taxes for nothing. So, I had to tap out watching that speech because I literally got physically ill. The vision Biden has is a massive disconnect from what we're seeing, what we're experiencing. And I just, when you see someone lie to your face and is this delusional, this hopped up on his own bullshit and so disconnected with reality, I physically got sick. I had to stop watching. I also said some things in that reaction video that probably could have been considered various things, but yeah, basically what Biden's speech was just rhetorical garbage. There was no hand reached out in peace. In fact, he demonized a good section, quarter, or half of America. And yeah, and he ignored the previous 4 years of absolute insurrectionist speech and violence by the left against other people, police and otherwise. So yeah, if you didn't watch the speech, you saved yourself a lot of anger and madness, and you saved yourself from being physically ill watching a president just outright lie to your face and just be a total um, dipshit. I'm gonna say it. Our sitting president is he's fucking gone. He's off in Looney Tune world. And that speech just proved it. He's talking about it was the golden age of America, manufacturing was coming back, and I'm sitting there like there was one part where it's like for 3 minutes because it's like what the fuck, like I don't know what they have in his IV drip, but that's the good shit, man. Hook me up with that. Good lord. Anyways, this video has been 11 minutes, and this was supposed to be a compacted version, but yeah, man. Boy, what a load of shit. Anyways, if you found this entertaining, if you agree, if you're one of Biden's Gestapo goons, go ahead and dislike this video. Leave an angry comment on how I'm an insurrectionist, extremist, white nationalist piece of shit, I guess. I don't know, because apparently if you disagree with the president on some aspects, you're instantly an insurrectionist, seditionist, terrorist who needs to molder in prison, like some other Americans that are doing so. Yeah, fuck, just. Ooh.